G'day mate and welcome to a long requested series to this channel, Kerbal Space Program. And because it's been so requested for such a long time, I've decided we're going to start back at the start, which is basically the very first version of Kerbal Space Program I ever owned, back in version 0.13. So we're going to start our way here and we're going to work our way forward through time, like one episode per week, one version per week or something like that. I'm kidding. We're not going to do that. But we are going to launch a spaceship. We're going to start with a brand new spaceship. And I'd like to give my Kerbals a chance to live. So we're going to give them a parachute. Okay. Now, Kerbals live on a planet called Kerbin. And on this planet called Kerbin, they are fairly confident that the moon over there is made of cheese. And they wish to send their scientists, their three top scientists, being Bill Kerman, Jebediah Kerman, and Bob Kerman, off to the giant cheese in the sky to take a sample. Because everybody needs good cheese in their life. So, with our illustrious space program, we're going to launch our very first rocket, which is hopefully going to go up, not down. I give no guarantees. And I've used a solid rocket booster, so it just goes as fast as it wants. My throttle actually does nothing. And they also have a slight tendency to overheat. Nothing too, horrible, bad. And we should actually aim for the ball of cheese. Yeah, that way. That way. We're out of fuel. We're out of fuel. We're close. We're 5,000 meters off the ground. We're definitely close to the great ball of cheese. Obviously, we're really, really close. But yeah, these three chaps have been set aside with a mission to confirm that the mum in the sky, because if you look at our planetary view, which we've definitely got time to whilst flying a rocket, their solar system is similar to ours, but very, very different. They have a sun, Kerbin is their planet, and they have a mum going around the planet, because look, they all have the same surname, so maybe they're all clones and it's not made out of cheese, it's actually their mother. I don't know. Actually, we should stage our rocket and we should probably let out the parachute. See if that helps. It would have helped if our rocket parts didn't crash into our parachute. Guys, you'll be fine. Like, you're landing in water, it'll be soft landing at 100 meters per... Everything is fine. You know what we should do? We should have a bigger rocket. A bigger rocket makes everything better. Okay, so we're going to add some fuel with some fuel with some fuel. We're going to have a slightly bigger rocket. We're going to add a fuel tank down there. We're also going to up this with some decouplers at the bottom, which we can get rid of once we're done. We're going to put some solid fuel boosters on the bottom because they obviously worked really good the first time and got us lots of height. We've still got our parachute. Can I add a second parachute? I can add parachutes there. Sure. Over on this side, you have our staging. If you've ever seen a SpaceX launch where they disconnect their booster stages. This is basically what we've done. We've set off to launch our 4 solid boosters at the start, and then we can open their parachutes by staging the rocket. Then we can stage again to get rid of these struts that are doing absolutely nothing apart from holding on the rocket boosters. At the same time we do that, we'd really like to fire off our main rocket engine, which will hopefully get us all the way to the mum. Because that is our one goal in life, or our goal, our mission. And then we have a stack decoupler, which will get rid of all these empty fuel tanks, because we're obviously not going to disconnect until it's empty. And then we have a parachute to safely land on the mum. Because, parachutes work on Kerbin. Why shouldn't they work on mum? Anyway, we're going to launch. We got to 5,000 meters last time. We should get way closer this time. There may or may not be a spin that we've somehow added to our rocket. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. We're just got to keep things... Look, we're aiming towards the mum. That's what we're doing. We'll throw those away, and hopefully their parachutes will mean that they don't crash back into our launch pad. In case we need a second launch or a rescue mission, both are fairly likely. As you can see, I have complete control of this rocket. Nothing is going wrong. We're going on a perfectly directed flight. We got to 5,000 meters last time, and we're not even anywhere near that this time. But we're closer because we're going like diagonal rather than straight up. That's my excuse. So I can put on SAS, which is Stability Assistance, something, which is like helps me point the rocket in the direction I want it to point. As you can see, me turning on and off does absolutely nothing, pretty much. You know, just saying. So, yeah, we're pretty much flying solid on manual flight at this stage. My nav ball gives me orientation. Blue being up, brown being bad. We have our nav ball, which is degrees of north along the bottom. So this is 45 degrees off north, 90 degrees off north, i.e. east, 135 degrees, and then over here is 180 degrees being south. On top of that, we have these degrees here, which is like degrees of not straight up. So if you're going 90 by 90, it means you're going straight east at level flight. Hopefully, don't find a mountain in the way. I think we're fairly lucky in that we live on the flattest planet ever. So we're short on mountains, which is always a good sign. So we should be able to attain that sort of flight, go straight sideways. But at the moment, we sort of want to go towards the moon, the mum, just a little bit higher. We'd love to overshoot it and land on the backside or something like that. We have got to 10,000 meters, so we're obviously doing really, really well this time. Nothing could go wrong. No rocket solid boosters coming down and landing on our parachute this time around, because we've got this. We've got this second mission in. We are the best clones ever. We're going to go say hi to the great mum in the sky and confirm whether she's made out of cheese or not. We can actually go back out to our planetary view, and you can see that this is our apoapsis. This is as high as the rocket's currently going to get if I cut the engines off now, which is 16,000 meters, which is very, very close to the 11 million meters required for the mum. Turns out, don't take your eyes off the prize. This way, rocket. This way. We're going to go up again. Up. No, too much up. Oh boy. We're going to go straight up. Straight up to the new orientation. We're going to go straight up. We're going to straight up. Everything's fine. On top of that, our nav ball gives us a few other options, or a few other markings. This is the direction we're actually traveling. So this round circle here is the direction the rocket is actually traveling, whereas the center point of the nav ball is the way I'm aiming for the rocket to travel. They don't always coincide. The pink one is something important, which I can't remember. But, you know, it's a learning experience. I'm sure we'll work it out with time. So, our grand total height is 70,000 meters, which, as you can see, is definitely very, very close to our 11,000 meters we need up here. As you can see, in our atmosphere, we've also got an atmosphere scale. We are slowly working our way out of the atmosphere. Very, very slowly. Turns out Kerbal, the Kerbal planet, their atmosphere stops at 70,000 meters. So technically, we'll touch space. Come on. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69... 7, 8, 9. Hey, we're in space! Which means I can turn up time warp and warp even faster. Unfortunately, we're no longer in space. We are no longer in space, and we're going to come down and land right there in the ocean. And I can assure you that I planned this beforehand and had a safety crew out there ready ready to pick up our Kerbals, in advance and rescue them. Oh crap, there's mountains over there. They could come back and haunt us in a future mission. It's a fine. We're going for the mum. It's the opposite direction. What I will do is I will stage our rocket, which will get rid of all that crap, and then I'll open our parachute, which, as you can see, is still hidden away under the cap, which means it's obviously working really, really, really well. Meanwhile, our surface speed is going up. We are falling faster and faster. We'll aim our ass at the ground and rely on aerodynamics to slow us down. Parachutes out. Parachutes out. We might have a successful mission after all. Well, it's successful. Our Kerbals may survive to attempt the whole thing again. Yep, we've got sound back. We're definitely falling through the atmosphere. Parachutes out. 140 meters per second. 125. Down to 4,000 meters. Crashing, crashing, crashing. We're not crashing. We're landing unsuccessfully. 3,000 meters and falling, not crashing, falling. 2,000 meters, parachute open. Anytime now. Anytime now. 80 meters per second. The parachute's doing something, slowing us down. 800, 500. Parachute much? Oh! And we're saved. Parachutes open at 500 meters. Important thing that we should remember for next time. We'll gracefully make it to the ground at 12 meters per second. Do me a favor. Pause the video. Open a new tab. Go look that up. 12 meters per second is not exactly a soft touchdown. Anyway, we're going to drown our Kerbals. Nope, we're going to put them in a washing machine, spin them all out, make sure they're all confused. When they open the hatch, we'll tell them that we're on the mum, and they'll have no idea. So we're going to go in flight. We lifted off. We made it to 70,000 meters at 100 meters per second, and they took 4.7 Gs. But I think we need a bigger rocket. So, I have a slightly larger rocket. It's aptly named. We're going to give this one a quick go. Just a quick whirl around the block. So obviously we want the throttle to go as fast as possible because faster is always better. We're going to launch this thing off the ground. As you can see, lots of smoke, lots of rockets. Everything is fine. Nothing can go wrong. Except all these are solid fuel. Solid rocket boosters, which have a habit of overheating. Yes, I know rockets are really loud. I do apologise. But rockets are designed to be loud. We'll zoom in a little bit. They're not quite as loud. But rockets are loud. Sheesh. Okay, we're out of fuel. A lot of our rockets are dead. We're going to drop them back to the ground. In no way are they going to fall on our launch pad and break things. We'll do our twist right now, and we'll aim sort of a little bit sideways, a little bit for the mum, and we'll turn our stability of control this time. This way I can go look out at the map, and hopefully we don't flip upside down and crash this time. We're at 6,000. Well, our apoaps being our highest points, at now 7,000 meters and climbing. This rocket's a little bit larger, a little bit more overkill. So buried in here we have 4 rocket engines around the outside. And then on the internal of that, we have these 4 rocket engines. 1, 2, 3, 4, which their exhaust is intentionally, because it's a design feature, designed to warm up this fuel tank and this rocket engine, because nothing could go wrong with that design. And then just to confirm that everything is going to be fine, we also have this little rocket engine in here that's also designed to heat up this fuel tank and this rocket nozzle, because like everything runs better with hot exhaust gases rubbing all over it. We're going to actually roll our rocket over a little bit further and turn on our stability control again, because we want to go like over the mum. We want to go over the top. Kerbals, lean on the other side of the rocket. Like, get off that side, lean on the other side. We want to pitch down. Down, boys. Down. Yeah, lean on that side of the rocket. That side. They're leaning on the wrong side again. We're pitching up again. It's fine. All right. As you can see, we're already up to 60,000 meters, so we're probably going to get out into space this time. At which point we're going to lean the rocket right the way over. Because actually what we don't want to do anymore is we don't want to go up much further. We actually want to go sideways further. So we're going to cut off our engines right there. Come on. Come on. And we're actually going to want to go sideways. Because to get to space, you need to do two things. One, you need to go up. Two, you need to go around. Because technically things don't orbit. Technically they go sideways as fast as they fall down to the planet. So that's our plan. Our plan is to be going sideways at the exact same speed we're falling down, which keeps you going in a circle. Orbital dynamics are a little bit weird like that. So we want to get not quite to our max height, ideally very, very close to our max height, but we're at 75,000 meters. Yeah, so we're in space now. We're officially in space. Hope the guys have sealed the hatch this time, because I know last time Bill stepped outside to you know, he just wanted to have a look out the window. And yeah, we're at 82. We should probably fire up our rockets this time and check our orbital dynamics and see whether we can get going like sideways fast enough that we go forward as fast as we're falling. Because at this point, we've reached our maximum height. We're going to start falling back to the planet, which is not part of the plan. We'll put it that way. You know, it's a contingency we've definitely planned for. Yep, we've got a parachute on top. Yep, we've planned for it, but it's not a design feature. So we want to start going sideways as fast as possible. Wrong button. Preferably we want to aim sort of right on that midpoint between the ooh brown and the yay blue, because rockets are meant to point towards the blue bit. Most of the time. Occasionally you want to point towards brown, but if it's early in the launch, it's the brown zone for a reason. Now, you can notice that these outside rockets have actually run out of fuel, so at the moment we're carrying dead weight. If I stage the rocket, we're just going to leave them there. They will slowly continue on the orbit we were on and maybe crash on a populated center. So, when the periapsis, which is the lowest point in our orbit, is above 70,000 meters, it means we're in some sort of orbit, i.e. we're not going to crash the ground. Which now means that we want to go and aim for the mum. Which, if my orbital dynamics are at all right, means it's above us. But what we actually need to do is we need to aim for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to time warp, because the game has time warp, because let's be honest, with your Kerbals in space, and they're going to be in space for 3 days to get the right angle, to aim at the right thing at the right speed, you don't want to sit around and wait at the keyboard for 3 days for these things to happen. So we're just going to jump time warp up to 10 times normal speed, sail past under the mum. It's right up there. It's right up there. I can't see it. It's right up there. We'll just watch the sunset at 10 times normal speed. At 50 times normal speed. Bye, sunset. There's our mum. So what we want to do is we want to wait till the mum is right over the horizon. Not the setting horizon, the rising horizon. The rising horizon is definitely what we want to aim for. So we're going to have to wait for a sunrise, wait for a mum rise, and then when we see a mum rise, we're going to have to aim the rocket at the mum and launch for the mum and hope for the best. Because this is a very, very early space program, okay? These guys are all doing, it's not called back of the envelope maths because they only have envelopes. This is as good as they get. There's no supercomputers, there's no mobile phones, there's nothing smarter than a Kerbal in space with an envelope and a pen. Now, the real worrying thing is when they run out of envelopes. That's when things go downhill. So, we're going to just bounce around the planet as fast as possible. So we need to get to about here so we can see over the planet and see our mum being a great target in the sky. We're aiming for the brown zone. We don't want to aim for the brown zone. We want to aim for the mum. And we're just waiting for that mum to show up, at which point we're going to reorientate the rocket and aim for mum. Come on, mum. There she is. Okay, so we want to turn off our SAS control. I want to give it a little bit of power, because that gives me better control over which direction we're going. That's too far. Alright, more power to give me more control. And watch me get everything wrong. We want to go right more. That's sort of straight. Sort of. That's down for a brown zone. Brown zone. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll call that a success. As you can see, we've got overheat temperatures. They're features, okay? They're features. If we go out to our orbit, you can see that our current orbit has gone from a nice around to we're sort of launching out into the middle of space. We're hoping that when we exit this green line, we'll then get captured by the mum. That's sort of the plan. Or we maybe have overshot it. We're just going to time warp out there and see what happens. Hopefully, Kerbal gets smaller, mum gets larger, mum gets really large. Not too large that you crash into it, but just larger than it is currently. We want it to be a bit bigger than a spot in the sky, but a bit smaller than it takes up the whole window at high speeds. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, crap, it's above me again. So, mum's getting smaller. Oh, no, Kerbal's getting smaller. Mum is directly in front of me and I can't see it. Okay. We're just going to have to look at this view and hope for the best. So, we're going to eject here. And we're going to hope that we're caught by that one. There she is. Don't hold your breath, JD. Do not hold your breath. Well, you are in space. Probably hold your breath is a good idea. But we're going this way. It's going that way. We're going very fast. It's going very slow. I think we're going to overshoot our target. So what we might just do, just... We're not going to aim for the mum. Or should we aim for the mum? No, we're not going to aim for the mum. We're going to try slowing down. Because we're going really, really fast. We're just going to try slowing down a little bit. Hoping that, like, by the time we get a little bit further out, the mum catches up a little bit. You know, we get caught by the mum. That's the plan. We're still going really fast. It's going really slow. We're going really fast. It's going really slow. Fast, slow, fast. Ooh. Can we just hang out in space for a little while till you catch up to us? Or just, you know, just a little bit more fuel wasted? It's not wasted. Ooh, it's slightly wasted those outside rockets. Yeah, the outside rockets are out of fuel. So we're just going to drop them off right here. They can stay right here. Oh, we've caught. We're in front of the mum. So now what we need to do, this is our, I'm going to call it a periapsis. Yeah, it is periapsis. So this is our closest point to the mum at 1.5 million meters away from the mum. We need to time warp forward just a little bit. Where is mum? Where is mum? Mum. That's our rocket boosters. That's the sun. I've lost the mum. It's close. I'm just... there it is. Okay. So we need to go forward a little bit. That was too far. I'm on the wrong side. Okay. Time warp is dangerous. So, can I turn the rocket, please? Really? I'm still in time warp. That was even worse. Okay. So what we're going to attempt to do is we're just going to go... Oh. around in circles. I want to go up, which is down. No, I want to go down, which is up. Okay, slow the rocket down. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to aim other direction, other direction. We're just going to aim for the mum and hope for the best. Okay, let's be honest, because our other option is we're actually going to get shot out into interplanetary space, which was not the design feature of this particular mission. We're here. Slow down. Slow down. We're now not in interplanetary space. We're in very, very far away from Kerbal space. How much fuel do we have left? We have half a one a tank left. That's not a good amount. So, plan B is just can we get home safely? So what we're going to do is we're going to come all the way out here to 36 million meters away from Kerbal. We're just going to slow down a little bit to hopefully land back on the planet. That's the plan. Out to where our orbit slows right the way down. Right the way down. Because a little bit of fuel out here gets us a long way back there. So we want to slow time warp all the way down. Aim backwards. So like I said, little circle with an X in it is backwards according to which way the rocket's going, i.e. it slows us down. So we just want to just do a little push, a little push. Target. Yeah, that's a crash land into the planet. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. So we're going to go back to our orbital dynamics, and we're out here. We're just going to time warp just a little bit. It's thinking about things. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No end in the moon. Where's that planet? There we go. There's our planet. We're coming in fast, very fast. 3,000 meters per second. That's an ideal speed to come crashing back to the planet. Yeah. Yeah. Our high-tech parachute will definitely slow us down and stop us. So we've got half a tank left of fuel. We're going to get a little bit closer first. Just a little bit closer. A little bit closer. Okay, we're now in the atmosphere. We're at 3,300 meters per second. We're going to spend all our fuel, which is going to slow us right down. You can see this number is going to drop, plummet, nothing. We're in the atmosphere. We're in the atmosphere. We're more in the atmosphere. We're down to 20,000. Do we have time warp going? This is bad. 10,000 meters. We're running out of fuel. We're speed's really high still. Really, really high. 500 meters per second. 300 meters per second. 200 meters per second. That's slowing down. It's slowing down. It's slowing down. It's slowing down. The smoke's going backwards still. Oh, rocket go up! Rocket go up! Look at it! Look at the smokestack. We're going up. We're going up. Most successful rocket launch ever. We went all the way out, came all the way back, and then went up again. It just means you probably packed too much fuel on the rocket. So we obviously want to go towards the planet, preferably towards some ground. Come on, rocket. Let's go towards ground. Maybe not towards ground. Towards the direction that ground does exist, rather than a sea landing, because, you know, these guys got wet last time. We're just gonna, like, a little bit of fuel, a little bit of fuel, a little bit of rocket, a little bit of fuel, a little bit of rocket, ground. Ground is good. I'll take swamplands. I will take swamplands. You know, it is unfortunate on the dark side of the planet, so that's unfortunate. You know what? Actually, look. We're professional rocket scientists. Maybe we can land this like SpaceX style. Just a little bit of fuel left. And we're going to land it on the tip of the rocket. At sea on a barge. We're going to pretend the barge is there, because this was all pre-planned. And we definitely had time to get a barge out beforehand. Because we'd planned to land here. We don't want to go up. We want to actually go down. Down. Up. Ooh, down. Up. Parachute. Turns out parachutes fail at very, very, very high speeds, at very, very low altitudes. Yeah, which is where I'm going to leave this episode. So, if you like this sort of antics, where we send Kerbals off to space for 3 days and then bring them crashing back down to the ground at 27.1 Gs total, hit the subscribe button or swing back in a few hours when actually the very first episode of Kerbal Space Program will be released on the channel. Yes, this was a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of a long teaser, but I was having fun. This is the version I started playing many, many years ago. I actually own Kerbal Space Program, have owned it for years, have clocked up many, many hours in the game. I sort of know how rockets fail. It's me flying them. The rockets fail often when I fly them. If you enjoy this sort of antics, come back later, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, hit the like button if you enjoyed this sort of this quick intro, and I'll see you for the proper version of Kerbal Space Program, which will have 1 episode per week on the weekend, so you have something to sit back and laugh about on the weekend. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. See you in the next one. Bye.